Ladies and gentlemen, about 2 weeks ago, you might have heard that Cuba Gooding Jr. pled guilty to forcibly touching three women. Now, he is set to host an event in New York at a strip club after pleading guilty to forcibly touching. Wow, you got to host an event at a strip club, Cuba? Man, you must not be getting any acting gigs anymore. What do they do? Blacklist you? Cuba Gooding Jr. is reportedly scheduled to host an event at a New York strip club in May. The news come as a shock given that less than 2 weeks ago, the Jerry Maguire star pled guilty to one count of forcible touching. According to page 6, Gooding's hosting gig will occur at the ritzy Sapphire Gentlemen's Club in Times Square, which is almost a few blocks away from the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge. That's where he was accused of groping one of his victims involved in his sexual assault case. The publication reached out to the Gentlemen's Club for comment, but did not receive a response from the Oscar winning uh, upcoming appearance. So that's right. He did win an Oscar. That was for Jerry Maguire, right? Wow. So you were an Oscar award winning actor, and now you got a host at a strip club. I don't know. It seems like a step down. Mm-mm-mm. So the 54-year-old pled guilty to misdemeanor charge of forcibly touching two women in separate incidents stemming between 2018 and 2019. Gooding turned himself into the New York Police Department following sexual misconduct allegations that he groped a woman's breast at the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge. This was in Manhattan. In 2019, the woman, who was later identified as Harbert, Miss Harbert, told authorities that the Emmy nominee was highly intoxicated when he touched her at the posh New York City bar. And Harbert, she was present during the court trial, said she was disappointed with the star's guilty verdict. Now Gooding is required to undergo alcohol and behavior counseling for 6 months to successfully fulfill his plea deal. If he manages to stay out of trouble, he can re enter a new plea for a lesser charge of harassment. But if Gooding finds himself with another legal problem in the future, the celeb could face up to 1 year in jail. Now, many of you also remember he had a court date, and I think this was like back in 2020. He had a court date and he missed that court date. And but his victim showed up, and I think she got $6 million. She won. So he's not out of any type of legal trouble, even if he pleads guilty and gets a lesser charge. So the unidentified woman, who was going by Jane Doe, accused Cuba Gooding Jr. of raping her in 2013 and filed a lawsuit against him last year. The beginning of the case, the Boys in the Hood star was, he ignored the court date and hasn't made an effort to defend himself against the charges. So the federal judge, Paul Crotty, then issued a default judgment against him on July 29th, ruling that he was liable in the case due to his absence. This is according to page 6. So the defendant's failure to appear in this case or answer The complaint, after being properly served, indicate that his default was willful. This is what the judge said. So, by default, his victim was awarded $6 million. She got the money she was seeking. Now he's got to pay up at this point. So, oh well, that's on him. You play with Karen, and this is what happens, Cuba. And some of you guys that like to play with Karens, you just can't be reformed. We'll see if he's able to lay low for the next 6 months and get a lesser charge, or will he get drunk and go out there and be silly again and go after Karen? But we shall see. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.